So it has been a struggle all season long. Roy Williams, notoriously known for his offense, has never coached a team that has averaged less than 72 points per game. The cheer on his Panthers, who lost a tough one on Tuesday night with a questionable call that I'm sure we'll see at some point. Got 4 field goal attempts against Louisville on Tuesday night, but had a big game against North Carolina in their previous meeting.
Great feed by Playtech in the finish, plus the foul.
That Dean Smith made so popular, and one of the reasons why North Carolina is notorious for playing 2 bigs, because you have one posting up while the other can go over the top, as Garrison Brooks does on that position. You have to go inside because their 2 best scorers are on the interior, and you see it's been a concerted effort by the Tar Heels to get inside early, but they can play inside out and knock down a couple of threes like Leaky Black does in this possession. You see right away, Pittsburgh is going to double team the post whenever it goes inside to Baycott or Brooks.
Tony into the paint. From the short corner, Terrell Brown with 2 points off the bench.
Pitt's first field goal after 7 minutes of action in that game. Pitt got off to a 0-16 start. Them come out, got off to a great start here at home against Louisville, and right now a pretty decent start against the Hill.
Champagne's a perfect example of that.
And he recognizes that these young men who are playing and putting on the Carolina blue are his family. As we see Tony coming up with the turnover.
Francis, the freshman guard, has come into the game for Carolina, which has now turned the ball over 3 times. Christian Keeling also. It's now a 12-2 Pittsburgh run after the bucket by Tony.
The way he did on the last possession.
Well, Corey, you know who his cousin is?
Who's his cousin?
John Petty at Alabama.
Oh, well,
still got the hair.
Yeah, Petty's not cutting that hair.
That snaps the run.
Got a chance to talk to Brandon a little bit right before the game, and he basically told us he was a little shook up, had some soreness, but he's looking forward to getting win number 880 for Roy Williams, just getting in his way, throwing off that rhythm just a little bit.
Johnson for 3. Make it 2. Foot on the line.
4th in field goal attempts on this Pittsburgh roster.
Ryan Murphy the steal. Here comes the aforementioned Xavier Johnson. Back to Murphy from the corner. He's got it!
Senior, well-dressed man, doing radio for the Panthers and getting to call out another 3 for Ryan Murphy coming out of the timeout.
Tar Heels, as we have seen ever since Cole Anthony went out with that knee injury more than a month ago, at this end just looking for answers. There's one way to do it. Armando Baycott, the freshman from Richmond, with his first 2.
To be able to get the basketball inside to he and Brooks. And so because of that, he draws tremendous attention. But now, because you talked him up, Dougie Fresh, he goes out and gets a bucket through the contact and opportunity for the and 1.
Overall, its 2-point shooting percentage. North Carolina is at its worst as a program since 1958.
When that's your character and that's the way you coach, and these guys all came to North Carolina to play that way, I don't know if you can abandon it, because that's a shot that I would have expected Murphy to take. But they've done a great job moving the basketball, and because of it, come up with an even better look. Really helped them. Only 2 turnovers for the Panthers thus far in the first 17 minutes of this game.
Johnson with the finger roll.
Oh, no, X. Get an opportunity to come in and play a lot of minutes right away. We mentioned earlier, all-rookie team a year ago for Xavier Johnson, 15.5 points per game.
Players taking ownership of what's going on here.
Well, you got that impression because he said, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how to read it with these guys, but they do know that they can go out and compete any given night. Now they just have to be able to finish those games.
3 to shoot. Xavier Johnson buries the 3.
Now when you consider, this is the first time they've been out on the road in the ACC contest without Cole Anthony, and we're seeing the byproduct of that. Of course, much more difficult to play on the road in this league.
Last weekend in the loss to Clemson, Leaky Black became the 4th different Tar Heel to start a game this season at point guard. Baycott the layup. That's the most point guards ever used in a starting role.
Our position in the ACC, you're looking for a tough year. We've talked about how great Louisville is, but that's the biggest concern for them. They go point guard by committee, and part of the reason why.
Playtech dumps it off. Brooks with another bucket. This time will have a chance to make it a 3-point play. Duke, you got to protect your home floor, and that resonates with the high school players.
But one of the things that he's also talked about is after you beat Carolina, as they did, there's been no lack of effort by the Panthers here to start the second half.
Great job by Trey McGowans to read that pass, force the turnover. There are more points.
When they've gotten turnovers and getting the right shot for the team, not necessarily the right shot for themselves.
Baycott kicks to the corner, and the triple is good by Brandon Robinson. Give him 10 points this afternoon.
Get him shots. You have to remember, he missed games early in the season, so he wasn't even available when Cole Anthony went off with 34 against Notre Dame.
Robinson around and out. Baycott fighting inside against the double team, able to lay it in. They are always one of the older teams in college basketball. Third attempt.
Yeah, 3 opportunities on that possession for the Tar Heels.
It's just jarring when you see some of the numbers that come at you from the Tar Heels.
And it's even more, jarring because it's North Carolina. Whoa! The War averages 21 a game, leads the ACC in scoring. And again, Tony just really gives them a different dynamic that they definitely missed in the Miami game. A shot for his teammate. That's what North Carolina is missing. Someone that can do that for a teammate in comparison to having to make great individual moves like the one just made by Garrison Brooks. I'm only going to answer one. You better pick the best one.
I think you might be able to answer them both together.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's see. What you got for me? Carolina continues to battle on the offensive glass, but just still can't make shots to get any closer.
Now the alley-oop from Playtech to Brooks, who has put up his 5th straight double-double, now 16 points, 13 rebounds. Kareem. And can I look at my cheat sheet?
No, you cannot.
There's another block for Terrell Brown. Huge victory for Coach Capel and his Pittsburgh Panthers.